In this video, we are going to talk about naming monatomic anions. When you're naming monatomic anions, you're going to take the nonmetal name because all of our monatomic anions are made of nonmetals. So you're going to take the nonmetal name and you're going to drop the suffix. And then you're going to add "-ide". So you're basically just going to change the suffix from the nonmetal name ending to "-ide". And remember, suffix is just a fancy word for end. So this is just the ending of the metal name. So let's look at this example of chlorine. So we're dealing with Cl, which is chlorine. It does have a charge and it's negative, so it's an anion. When I write out just the word for the nonmetal, it is chlorine. I am going to drop the suffix, which is the ine, and I'm going to replace it with the "-ide". So when I name this, it is going to be fluoride. Now, it does take some practice with getting to know what the suffix of the different metal or non-metal names are, but you will get the hang of it. So my next example is nitrogen. The suffix for nitrogen is the ogent, and the name of my anion is nitride. So if you want, go ahead and pause the video, do 3 through 6, and then come back and we'll do them together. All right, hopefully you have your answers. In number 3, we're looking at sulfur. And the suffix for sulfur is the UR. So I'm going to drop that and add "-ide, and I have sulfide. In number 4, we're dealing with bromine, and it is a halogen just like chlorine. So we will drop the ine just like we dropped the ine for chlorine. And this ion is bromide. Now, you will see different things where you have to use the word ion. You don't for my class. If it has this ending and it's by itself, it has to be an ion. When we're dealing with cations, we have to use the word ion because sodium is very different than sodium ion, and they have the same name. So bromide is a different name than bromine. In number 5, we have selenium. And the suffix for selenium is the UM. Technically, I guess you could say it's the IUM. And we're going to replace that with "-ide. So we have selenide. And then hopefully you saw that nitrogen is the same here for 6, and this is going to be nitride again. Some ions have more than one atom. So we've only talked about naming monatomic ions. These are polyatomic ions, and these are the polyatomic ions that you must know for this class. Notice there are only 2 cations. The rest are anions. For these, you must know their name and you must know their formula. And part of their formula is the charge. So make sure that you get to know these as soon as possible.